In this video, I will show you how to take your Canvas course that you've prepared and your SIMnet course that you've prepared and connect everything all together. So first thing I'm going to do is kind of show you the end product, and then I'll show you some tips and tricks inside of SIMnet that you can do for your course prep. So this is my Canvas course. I have it all prepared. I have my modules ready to go. Okay. And then this is my SIMnet course. So if I go to my courses, I pick the course that I'm going to be working on. So in this case, I'm going to use this hybrid course, and I'm going to just take a look at it. There's a couple of things you could do here. I'm going to click the button that says Edit Assign. The Edit Assign button will bring me to this screen here. Now on this screen, you've got one button that is extremely important. It is this button here that says e-commerce. You need to make sure you click on that and make sure that you assign the SIMnet module to your class, because if you don't, when they try to register for your course, they won't be able to actually purchase their subscription, and they will not be able to take any of your assignments in the course. So make sure that that is assigned, because it's not by default, and you click Save. So that's the first thing you need to do for every single course you're going to be working on. The other button that's here is the Edit button. If you click on this, you have the ability to change your course title if you made a mistake, or change your section, or whatever the case might be. You can set your course availability. You can decide if registration is currently closed for your course. Course courtesy access is by default 14 days. This means that your students can use the course without actually purchasing it for 2 weeks. After that, it is no longer available to them. They cannot use it unless they actually purchase the subscription. The nice thing about this, though, is that some students at the beginning of the semester have a hard time with all of the books and things that they need to purchase for their courses, so they might not be able to get your subscription right off the bat. This gives them 2 weeks to find a way to do that. Assign zero grade on, you have a couple of options here. I like to do assign end date as opposed to assign due date. The reason for that is because I have in my course the ability for them to complete assignments 1 week beyond the due date, and they just get deducted a penalty. So what I noticed in the past is if I leave this at assign zero grade on due date, it'll give it a 0, and then your students will not be able to actually complete the assignment. So make sure you change that to assign end date. That'll just make it a little easier. Your student experience, this is, just really how they're going to see it. I like to sort it by custom order, and I'll show you later, because you can organize the course that way. So it's not a matter of due date, it's how you want them to actually see it. Show unavailable assignments, you can check this or remove it. I like to leave it checked because it will show them what is available in the course and what is no longer available. So they can see that there's an assignment there that they may have either completed or may have missed. It doesn't mean that they can actually get into it, they just see that it's there. Over here you can change the type of display, whether they're going to see it as tiles, as a list, as a calendar. I like tiles personally because I have my course set up in groups, so I like to keep it as tiles. And then these are your segments here, whether they see everything, only things that are overdue, and so on and so forth. I usually just leave this as the default all. Restrict enrollment before start date. Yes, absolutely, I like to do that. I don't want them to be able to get in the course way ahead of time. And then restrict viewing of course assignments before the start date. This is totally up to you. I've done it in the past where they can't see anything, but then they log in when they register and they see a blank course and they think that they did something wrong. So if you leave that box unchecked, they'll be able to see all of the available assignments for the course, but they will not be able to complete them until you make those assignments available. So whether you choose to have that show or not, it's up to you. And then you hit save your details. So all of those things I did simply have to do with how the student experience is going to be on the other end. So I'm just going to click here where it says Sim Student, and I'm going to go to the course and just show you what it looks like for them. So they're going to come on here, and it says here the Fall 2023 course, and these are the tiles that I selected. If I had selected list, they would have seen it like this, but because I chose tiles as my default, this is how they see it. If I click any one of these groups, which I'm going to show you how to make these groups, you'll see that all of the assignments are available, but they can't do anything with them. I like groups personally because instead of it looking like a big mess when they go on SIMnet and having tons and tons and tons of assignments and exams and projects just spilled out all over the place like this, it's in a group, so they know these are all of the word things. Now you can imagine how if I had 40 assignments and they were just kind of all there, how overwhelming it would be. This is why I like the groups. So this is what it looks like to the students. I'm going to go back to my course manager and I'm going to go here where it says edit course. So to do the groups the way I just did, after you created your lessons and your projects and all of those things, you could go to one of two places. You could go within this edit section here. You can go to actions and you can click organize, or you can go to courses and you can go to the little organize button right over here. Either one will get you to the same place. So I'm just going to click organize over here. This brings you to your course organizer page. At this point here, you create your groups and you can sort them where you want to sort them. So the first thing that happens is you're on your class home. So you're going to look at your group settings for your home and you're going to decide how you want them. Do you want them sorted by course order, by due date, so on and so forth. I like to have them in custom order so that I could drag and drop them anywhere I want. You can have them as due date or by start date or by title, but I find that sometimes things get all mixed up that way. So if I pick custom order for my groups, then it allows me to keep them any way I want to keep them. So I like custom order. And then you got to make sure you hit save at the bottom. Then you can create your groups basically. So I'm going to hit create group. I'll make a test group here, test, and I'm going to hit save. And now I have my test group. At this point, if I had any assignments just kind of hanging out, I'll do this digital credential flyer here. I could click it and I can drag it and drop it right into my test group, so it would be in here. I'm going to take it out of there because I don't want that there. So now I've taken it out. So once you have the group created, before you start dragging and dropping things into it, again, it is important that you decide how you want to sort your items. If you have it as due date, you put things in there, and then you decide you want to put it in custom order, it's going to mix everything all up again on you. So make sure that you have the group organized the way you want it organized before you do it. So pick your sorting, decide if you want to show the available assignments, and so on and so forth, and then just click and drag and drop. So if you look at my word section here, these are all my items in custom order, and I've dragged and dropped them where I wanted. I don't want this test group, so I'm going to make sure that that one is selected. It says title test, and I'm going to hit delete group, and that will go away. I don't have it there anymore. So that's my course. I've created my lessons, my exams, my projects, all the things that I wanted, and I put them in my groups. So now I'm going to combine Canvas and SIMnet, and we're going to watch this all get put together. So I'm going to go into Canvas. Here's my module. First thing you have to do is create a module if you don't have modules already, because you need to go to the three dots on the side. And you need to go to McGraw-Hill SIMnet, LTIA. You click on that. It's going to open in SIMnet. If this is your first time doing it, it might need an API key. Go through that whole process, and then it will be coming to this screen here. On this screen, it's going to ask you to make sure that this is St. Joseph's University. You click Continue. Pair your course with SIMnet. So if you do not already have a SIMnet course, you can create one right now, but we already have it. Pair with an existing course. So I'm going to click here. We don't have a campus to filter by. Select course, and you're going to just find the course that you want to connect to. So this would be the one. And pair course. You give it a couple of seconds, make sure it says you've paired your Canvas course with SIMnet. Once that's all done, you're going to have the SIMnet screen for you, the integration screen. So basically now you can start taking your assignments that you've created in SIMnet and dragging them right here into the program. I'm going to close this screen and I'm going to just take a look here at my modules. I have a module here called my SIMnet Registration Basic Housekeeping module. I use this so that it guides everybody through the process of everything that I need them to do before the course begins. I have things like the first step is that they connect with me on Google Chats because that's how I prefer to communicate with them. Step 2, required, register for SIMnet. I tell them it's their textbooks, their assignments, and so on. And I also let them know that once they register, they have lifetime access to the program. I also let them know that it is very important when they do register to use their personal email address so they do not lose access when they're no longer students at St. Joseph's. So I have them click here and it will take them to SIMnet and then they can go through the whole process of purchasing the course. I tell them what the required product would be and I would tell them what the course name is. And then step 3, they go through the pairing assignment. So this one here is an old one. I'm going to delete this one because that was from last semester. And I'm going to integrate the new pairing assignment into this module. So I'm going to go up top, I'm going to click on the 3 dots, and I'm going to go to SIMnet LTIA. Down here at the bottom, you have things like dashboard, editing, organizing, so you can do all of that in here too. You can integrate, look at your grade book, sync your grades manually, relink your assignments, reset your course if it's not linked properly, and so on. I'm going to click integrate, and I'm going to find the assignment that I want to deploy into this module. I'm not selecting all of them because whatever you select will go into that specific module. So I only want the pairing assignment to be connected here. So when I come to this screen, the pairing assignment is actually already checked off. I'm just going to uncheck it so I could show you the whole process. I'm going to confirm the change, which means that it's going to unlink from the course. Deploy this to Canvas. And now it's gone. So now let's put it into this module. Click on here, go to LTIA, go to integrate, and now I'm going to pick the pairing assignment. So I'm going to click on that, confirm the change, and deploy it because this is going to be linked now to the course. So if I go down to the bottom of this module, here's the pairing assignment. I'm going to publish it. Notice the due date is already there. That's the one that I had already set. I'm going to take this and I'm going to pop it right up into the place that I want to put it. Now I'm going to do the next module. I'm going to go into the word chapter 1. So in this one here, I want to put the SimBook word chapter 1 and I want to put the lesson word chapter 1. So I'm going to click on here, LTIA, integrate, and I will take this one and this one, confirm, and deploy. So once again, here they are at the bottom. I'm just going to publish them, and I'm going to take this one and put it here, and I'm going to take this one and put it here. I'm also going to increase their indents because that's just how I like to see them. Okay. And one more for this module. This is the word project. I'm going to click on here, go to LTIA, and integrate. And I'm going to find the chapter 1 project. Confirm, deploy, and then I'm going to go down to the bottom. I don't need to move it because that's where I wanted it. And now all of those modules are complete as well. So I've got all of the assignments. Notice all of the due dates are in here, and all of these due dates were already set through SIMnet in my courses. If I go to my assignments, and if we take a look, we can see our assignments are here. They all go into the group that says assignments. So if you don't want that to count as an assignment and you want it to count as attendance, or you want it to count as an exam grade or something to that effect, then you need to make sure that you move it to that section. So if I want to take this here and create myself another group, create an exam group, and then I can take that assignment and I can move it into the exam group. So just because it's an exam in SIMnet or it's a project in SIMnet, it doesn't mean that it's going to go into that category in Canvas. So after you've brought everything over, go onto your assignments page, move everything to the correct location based on your course grading policies. So that's basically all you need to know about getting it into Canvas. So once again, you go to the module, you click on the three dots, SIMnet LTIA, you connect it to the school for the first time, and then once that's done, you can integrate, you can do organizing, do everything you want. Back in SIMnet, our course organizer here, we went through all of the items in this section here. But there is something that I did want to point out to you. That would be your course settings. So you would click this button here on top that says course settings. And just make sure all of this is where you want it to be. Your course title, all of these items are how you want them, whether your assignment end dates and so on and so forth. These are the settings that you changed up top. So this is going to be here as well. And then the other nice thing is, if you've copied this course from another course, and you click on the assignments here, you can just change all of their due dates here. And all of the settings that you had set in your prior course will all be the same down here. So you don't have to redo everything. All you have to do is change their due dates. So you can just kind of go down the line and change the due dates right in the organization section. It's much easier than going through your lessons and having to edit it in there. I think that's about it for this. So good luck and happy SIMnetting.